That night, I went to the kitchen to get some water. The moment I walked in, I froze. The fridge door was wide open, and food was scattered everywhere. The front door was open too. The next morning, I told my husband Daniel about it. He said it was probably just an animal that got in. But that night, I heard strange noises downstairs. I got out of bed and crept down. Everything in the kitchen was perfectly arranged. I looked up and saw a pattern on the ceiling I'd never seen before, cast by the light. I was still staring when my son Sam walked in.
Sammy, you scared me.
He said he'd just had a nightmare. I hurried over to comfort him. Then he glanced into the kitchen. I noticed the way he stared at everything, too focused for a kid his age. I asked him if he knew who did this. He looked at me and said it was the Sandman from his dream. My heart sank. The next day, I called the police. They searched the whole house and found no signs of forced entry. The sheriff suggested we install a home security system, and Daniel agreed. That night, the alarm went off. Daniel and I rushed downstairs. By the time we reached the first floor, the security company was already on the phone. They said it was probably a system glitch, since all 8 sensors had been triggered at the exact same moment. They told us a technician would come out tomorrow. Daniel hung up and turned to explain, but then he saw me standing there, completely still. He followed my gaze. On the TV stand, we used to have family photos. Now every single frame was empty. All the pictures were gone.
Daniel, what's happening?
The next day, Daniel went back to see the sheriff and told him about the photos. The sheriff didn't take it seriously, said it was probably just kids messing around. Right then, the security technician showed up. He told Daniel the system was working fine, but as for what triggered the alarm, he'd need to look into it further. The two of us sat our sons down and asked them where the photos went. Our oldest, Jesse, swore he hadn't touched them. When we got to Sam, he gave us a strange answer. He said he couldn't tell because the Sandman wouldn't let him. Daniel lost it. He searched Sam's room, tore through every corner, and found nothing. That day, while I was cleaning Sam's room, I came across some of his drawings. In one of them, a huge dark shadow was gripping Sam's hand. I stared at it, my chest tightening. Then, a dull thud came from outside the window. I ran over. A bird had flown into the glass and was dead. Before I could even process what was happening,